In the housing market, timing is everything, especially if you want to get the best rates. Randy with Colorado First Time Homebuyer is here to explain. All right, Randy, I gotta know. We're starting with the basics.
Let's do it.
When is the best time for people to buy a home?
When you're comfortable with it.
Okay.
When you're financially, everybody's going to say, and your mom and dad will say, when you're financially ready. I don't know if anybody's ever really financially ready for that buying a house. I mean, what would you look at on buying your first house?
I think when I'm ready to be done with paying my rent.
Yeah.
I think once I'm like, I can't continue putting money into somebody else's hands when I can make that equity and I can start putting it into my own place.
Yeah, it's called building wealth. We just spoke about off camera here about the house that your boyfriend he's building, how much he paid for it originally, how much it's now worth. I mean, that's really about how it's done. You're building wealth.
Yeah.
And people forget about that. They're like, oh, I just don't want to fix a leaky sink. I don't want to do this. And that's not the case. You're building wealth. You could make a lot of money, in real estate. Historically, I don't have a crystal ball, but historically, people have built a lot of wealth by owning real estate. And it all starts with your first home.
And there's never really like a right time, though. It's kind of whenever you said, whenever you're feeling it, whenever you're financially sound, but kind of in the aspect of the economy right now. There's not a real right time. It's when you feel it. Right.
And people are like, well, I'm going to wait for rates to go down, or I'm going to wait for it to be a buyer's market, which means there's more inventory than there is buyers. So you're going to get a better deal, which is happening right now.
Woo! It's about time.
Yes, we've been waiting for that. But the other thing people don't talk about is that emotional side of things. Are you ready to own a home? Are you ready? As my daughter, when she bought her first house, she said, oh, I'm being adulting. I'm stepping into it.
That's how it feels, yes.
And you've got to be ready for that. You got to be excited about that. But also, it's not going to trap you. If you're only there for a couple years, that's okay. You can buy that house, and then, it may not be the perfect home, but it's going to be the first home. And then you can move up from there. Everybody usually does that. They start with one, they build some equity, and move on to the next.
And sometimes you don't even have to sell. You can keep your renters in there.
Yes.
As long as they're paying that mortgage, you can now have two homes.
You can. And I did that with my first home.
Yeah.
I rented it out, bought a second home, rented that, and I just kept going, and then I sold them all.
What's your best advice for some first-time home buyers who are feeling unsure about taking the leap?
Talk to people. Talk to people who've been there. More than just mom and dad. Talk to your friends. Talk to everybody you know. Hey, you own a house. Are you happy with it? You're going to get some honest answers. Some people are like, oh, no, I want the freedom. And some of you are like, yeah, I made $100,000 equity in the last 3 years. Build wealth. And they're like, well, that 100 grand, that's probably not real money. It's just, on paper. No. You sell that house, off to Vegas or whatever you want to do. Buy your next
the new
home.
one.
Exactly.
All right, well, Randy and his team are ready to get you into your first home and then get you those keys as well. So make sure you head to that website that you see on your screen right there. Give them a call and see if right now is the perfect time for you to get yourself into your first home. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
Woo!
Boom.
And a special thank you to Colorado First Time Homebuyer for sponsoring this segment.